Hi students, today we see the next model on a testing of hypothesis about variance. Before going to that model, first we see some shortcut idea to identify the testing on problem. Actually in problem, some sample size n and population variance sigma and sample average x bar is given. We can have the test as testing about mean when variance known. Here we can apply z test. uh, Suppose the sample size n less than 30, only sample variance or sample standard deviation is known. With the sample average x bar here we can apply to testing the mean when variance unknown. Here we have t test will applied. And next one, in problem the two populations to be considered, and two sample size are n1 and n2, and the corresponding sample averages x1 bar x2 bar, and the population variance sigma 1 square sigma 2 squared are given. Means here we can apply to testing the differences in mean when variance known. And also we can apply z test. And also in question sometimes they asking with is there any effectiveness comparing to one population with other. That type of questions also to be considered in the same case. Okay, whenever we have the sample averages are there, means here we have to test only testing about mean. Okay, only single sample average here we have testing about a single mean. Here suppose in problem we have two sample averages are there, so here we have the testing about differences in mean. Okay, the next case, the two sample size n1 n2, and also the corresponding sample standard deviation or sample variance s1 squared s2 squared, and corresponding sample averages x1 bar x2 bar are given. And also in question there is some statement about variance. Assume that variances are equal. Means here we have to apply the test as test differences in mean when variance unknown. With t test can applied with the degrees of freedom n1 plus n2 minus 2. The same type question, maybe the two sample size n1 n2 and the two sample variance s1 squared s2 squared, so two sample averages x1 bar x2 bar that are given, but there is no information about variance. Here we can apply the testing about differences in mean when variance unknown with the t test, and also the degrees of freedom. We can apply this formula, v formula. Okay, suppose in question we have only two information, sample size and sample variance only given. That means we can apply only testing about variance with using a chi-square test. And here also we have two different samples are given, that is two sample size n1 n2, and two different the corresponding sample variances s1 squared s2 squared are given. Here we have to apply to test the differences in variance. Here we can apply f test. Suppose in question only here also only two information, sample size with the number of success. Actually here sample size means number of trials. Out of number of trials we have some number of success, means here we want to apply to test the proportion p. Here we can apply z test. For the two samples, the two different trials are given. Out of the trials the corresponding success x1 and x2 means here we have the test is testing about differences in proportion, and here also again we can apply Z test. Okay, now we see the model testing of hypothesis on the population variance. Here we have the null hypothesis is H naught is sigma squared is equal to sigma naught square. That is population variance we are taking as a sigma naught square form, and the test statistics is psi square naught is equal to n minus 1 into s square divided by sigma naught square, where s square is the sample variance. And we, for the alternative hypothesis sigma squared not equal to sigma naught square, here we have the rejection criteria is chi squared not greater than chi squared alpha by 2 comma n minus 1, or chi squared not less than chi squared 1 minus alpha by 2 comma n minus 1. Actually in previous t test or z test, we, for a right side we have a positive term, na in left side here we have some negative form. Okay, but here there is some difference. For a right side psi square not psi square not which is greater than psi squared alpha by 2 comma n minus 1, but in left side there is no negative terms, that is that form is psi squared not less than psi squared instead of alpha by 2, here we have 1 minus alpha by 2 comma n minus 1. Okay, so here there is a difference. There is no negative term, but there is a changes in instead of alpha by 2, here we have 1 minus alpha by 2, and here also we have the degrees of freedom n minus 1, because of our variance we want to calculate for the variance we need a n minus 1 term, so that's why here we have n minus 1 form. For degrees of freedom here we have n minus 1 form, and for sigma squared greater than sigma naught square, here we have the rejection criteria is psi square not greater than psi squared alpha only comma n minus 1. For a sigma square less than sigma naught square, we have the rejection criteria is psi square not less than psi squared 1 minus alpha comma n minus 1. And the confidence interval formula is by using test statistics we can calculate confidence interval. The numerator we can take same n minus 1 into s square divided by actually the psi squared form. So the confidence interval is n minus 1 s square divided by psi squared alpha by 2 comma n minus 1 less than or equal to sigma square less than or equal to n minus 1 s square divided by psi square. For left side we have here psi squared 1 minus alpha by 2 comma n minus 1. This is for two-sided alternative hypothesis form. For the one-sided we have to take that side only. Okay, and next we see example problem. Before going to example problem, this is our psi square table. So here also for suppose we need for the alpha 0.05, suppose the degrees of freedom 10 means here we have the form value is 18.31. Sometimes for alpha by 2 our value 0.025. for that the suppose degrees of freedom 10 means our value to 20.48. sometimes we need to apply the 1 minus alpha by 2, that is 1 minus alpha by 2, alpha is 0.05, means the 1 minus alpha by 2 form, that is here we have 0.95, correct. So for that suppose for 0.95 for the 10 degrees of freedom the psi squared value is 3.94. Okay, now we move to the example problem. Okay, so the example problem for automated filling machine is used to fill bottles with a liquid detergent. So here they can take 20 sample bottles, result in a sample variance of fill volume of S squared is 0.0153. If the variance of fill volume exceeds 0.01, an unacceptable proportion of bottles will be underfilled or overfilled. And also the question is there evidence in the sample data, that is there evidence about the variance of fill volume exceed 0.01 that the manufacturer has a problem underfilled or overfilled bottles, and the alpha value is 0.05. Okay. Okay, now we see the solution. So here the step 1, the parameter of interest is the population variance sigma square, because here there is a question, is there evidence in the sample data that the manufacturer has a problem underfilled or overfilled bottles. Which is our sample data? The sample data has the variance of fill volume exceed 0.01. Okay, so the sample variance variance of volume exceed 0.01 or not. So we have to test the statement, the variance of fill volume exceeds 0.01 or not. That is our parameter of interest. So parameter of interest is here population variance sigma square. So here the null hypothesis, actually the testing statement is variance of fill volume exceeds 0.01. Exceed now it's a greater than, that is under alternative hypothesis. In null hypothesis we can take sigma squared is equal to 0.01, or we can use sigma square less than or equal to 0.01. Both form are correct. We can keep only equal or less than or equal to, both are correct only. Okay, but alternative hypothesis here greater than form. Okay. Okay, and the test statistics is so testing about variance na, here we have the test statistics, chi-squared is n minus 1 into s square divided by sigma square, and the alpha value it's given as 0.05, and the rejection criteria. So for that, the rejection criteria for the alternative hypothesis, sigma square greater than sigma naught square. For the alternative hypothesis, sigma square greater than sigma naught square, here we have the rejection criteria is chi-square greater than chi-square. For greater than form, just chi-square greater than chi-squared alpha by 2 comma n minus 1. Okay. Okay, in this problem, here we have, in this problem we have n is 20, and sample variance s squared is 0.0153. Okay, that only we have. So you can substitute that information, and the population variance is 0.01, that is sigma naught squared is 0.01. Okay. So rejection criteria for this problem is psi square naught greater than psi squared alpha alpha comma n minus 1. So alpha is 0.05 and n is 20, so n minus 1 is 19, and so from the chi-square table, so we can verify that value. For 19 degrees of freedom, actually n minus 1, the degrees of freedom is 19. For that, for 19 degrees of freedom, for 0.05, 19 degrees of freedom, alpha is 0.05 now, the value is 30.14. Okay. So we move to problem. So here the rejection criteria is psi square not greater than psi square 0.05 comma 19. Actually that value is 30.14. That is the rejection criteria is psi square not greater than 30.14. And next we can calculate the psi square value. If you apply n and s squared and sigma naught square, here we can get the values 29.07. Actually this 29.07 which is only less than 30.14. Okay, so this is not under rejection criteria. So we can accept alternative hypothesis. Okay, we cannot, this is not under rejection criteria, correct? That is we have opposite form, psi square only less than psi squared alpha comma n minus 1. So here we cannot reject null hypothesis. Actually we want to accept null hypothesis sigma squared is 0.01. okay, but there is no evidence for sigma squared greater than 0.01. maybe our sigma square which is equal to 0.01 or maybe less values. There is no evidence for sigma square greater than 0.01 because we have to accept sigma squared is 0.01 or below values. Okay, and also for a confidence interval formula for the alternative hypothesis, for sigma square greater than or equal to sigma naught is here sigma square greater than or equal to n minus 1 s square divided by psi squared alpha comma n minus 1. Here we can get the values sigma square greater than or equal to 0.0096. Actually it includes the value 0.01. okay, so this interval it includes 0.01 also. So here we have the correct solution comparing to confidence interval and the previous conclusion. Okay, now we move to the next model, testing of variance. Actually hypothesis test on the ratio of two variances. Okay, hypothesis test on the ratio of the two variances. Okay, so here we have to take the null hypothesis form sigma 1 square which is equal to sigma 2 square. Actually in this case here we have to test only the ratio between the two variances. So how we measure the ratio between two variances? They are equal means the ratio is 1. That is sigma 1 square divided by sigma 2 square. That ratio is 1. Sigma 1 square divided by sigma 2 square is 1 means that is under null hypothesis. They are not equal to means that is under alternative hypothesis. So here also we have to test the variance of the the difference in the variance of the population. They are equal to or not equal to na we are considering null hypothesis. They are not equal to na we are considering alternative hypothesis. And the test statistics form is here we have F test. F is equal to S1 square divided by S2 square. Okay. And here we have the rejection criteria for alternative hypothesis form sigma 1 square not equal to sigma 2 square. That form F naught greater than f alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1 or f naught less than f1 minus alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1. So like similar to chi-square test, here also for right side here we have alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1 because the degrees of freedom about variance for variance calculation we have only n minus 1, correct? For the two different sample variance here we have n1 minus 1 and n2 minus 1. But in the left side instead of negative form here also we have again 1 minus alpha by 2. Okay, for the left side f naught less than f1 minus alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1. And for alternative hypothesis sigma 1 square greater than sigma 2 square, Here we have the rejection criteria is f naught greater than f alpha comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1. For the alternative hypothesis sigma 1 square less than sigma 2 square, here we have the rejection criteria is f naught less than f1 minus alpha comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1. And the confidence interval in confidence interval is for a two-sided test s1 square divided by s2 square. f1 minus left side is s1 square divided by s2 square. f1 minus alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1 less than or equal to sigma 1 square divided by sigma 2 square less than or equal to s1 square divided by s2 square. f alpha by 2 comma n2 minus 1 comma n1 minus 1 for right side. Okay, this is our F distribution table corresponding to alpha is 0.05 and the two different degrees of freedom V1 and V2. So the left and right side, actually for V1 V2, suppose our degrees of freedom V1 V2 both are 1 1. The F distribution value is for alpha 0.05. actually this table only for alpha 0.05. so we for suppose degrees of freedom both are 1 comma 1, the F distribution for 0.05 is 161.4. like that we can check all the values. Suppose for suppose our V1 is 3, V2 is 4. Now the degrees of the F distribution value, V1 is 3, V2 is 4. The F distribution value for alpha is 0.05 is 6.59, right? So this table for alpha is 0.05 and also we can have F distribution table for alpha is 0.025 also. Okay, see the example problem for testing of on the differences in population variance. The problem is the oxide layer problem. Here we have two different mixtures of gases are given and both are have 16 vapors. Okay, so there is a statement 16 vapors are etched in each gas and the sample deviation of first one S1 is 1.96, for second one S2 2.13, alpha is 0.05. Actually the question is there any evidence to indicate that either gas is preferable? Okay, the question is there any evidence to indicate that either gas is preferable or both are same? That means there is any differences in these cases. Otherwise we have to take both are equal. Okay, so we have to check there is differences about that two different cases, that is that actually gas. Okay, which one is best? Okay, we don't know which one is best compared to the other. That means here we have the alternative hypothesis form sigma 1 square not equal to sigma 2 square. Which one is preferable means we don't know which is most effective one. Okay, so that's why the alternative hypothesis is sigma 1 square not equal to sigma 2 square. And in null hypothesis here we have both are equal, that is sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square. And the parameter of interest we have to check the effectiveness in both gases. So which gas item is the best, but given information is only standard deviation and sample size, that only given. So that's why we can take the parameter of interest of that is differences in variance. That is parameter of interest are the variances of oxide thickness sigma 1 square and sigma 2 square. Okay, the test statistics is only simple. F naught is S1 square divided by S2 square. And the rejection criteria is, here we have alternative hypothesis is sigma 1 square not equal to sigma square. So the rejection criteria for this case is either F naught greater than F alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1, or F naught less than F1 minus alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1. That is, here alpha is 0.05 and both n1 and n2 values are 16. So our rejection criteria either F naught greater than F 0.025 comma 15 comma 15. Actually, if you check the table, for alpha value 0.025, we have the value F distribution value 2.86, and left side we have the rejection criteria is F naught less than F, actually 1 minus alpha by 2. So 1 minus 0.025 is actually 0.975. So F 0.975 comma 15 comma 15, that value is 0.35. You can check the table. Okay, the value for F naught is S1 square divided by S2 square, that value 0.85. So F naught is 0.85. This 0.85, which is less than 2.86 and also greater than 0.35. This is opposite case under rejection criteria, correct? This 0.85 which is greater than 2.86 and also less than 0.35. So this lies under not under rejection criteria. So we cannot reject null hypothesis. So we have to accept null hypothesis. Both variances are equal. So our conclusion is there is no evidence to prefer which result is it's favorable or most efficient, but there is no evidence. So we have to accept both are equal only. Okay, and the confidence interval is, that formula is for a two-sided S1 square divided by S2 square, F1 minus alpha by 2 comma n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1 less than or equal to sigma 1 square divided by sigma 2 square less than or equal to S1 square divided by S2 square, F alpha by 2 comma n2 minus 1 comma n1 minus 1. By substituting all the values, here we have the answer is 0.2975 less than or equal to sigma 1 square divided by sigma 2 square less than or equal to 2.4310. Actually, our conclusion in previous step, here we have sigma 1 square is equal to sigma 2 square. That is, sigma 1 square divided by sigma 2 square is 1, correct? So actually 1, that the value 1 included from this interval, correct? This confidence interval includes sigma 1 square equal to sigma 2 squared, or sigma 1 square divided by sigma 2 squared is 1. That is, this is strong evidence to accept null hypothesis.